Shine-a-Long Livestream. We're going to be building a 20-gallon mash tun slash fermenter, and I know originally I had said it was going to be 30 gallons because when I bought this barrel it was labeled 30 gallons. And what are you saying?
You're not on.
So it's not a 30 gallon, it's 20. The barrel was labeled 30 when I bought it. Sorry, a few little technical difficulties as we go. So anyway, we're going to build this out as a fermenter today, and then next week we're going to insulate it so that it's an insulated mash tun slash fermenter. And if you don't need one that's insulated, you'll be done after today. So that's the project we've got going on. And I'm Cyrus, by the way, if I hadn't already said that. Everybody just let me know who's in the chat. I would especially like to know if you're in the chat planning to do this build along with us. That would be awesome. So just let me know. So the concept for this Shine Along, this is our first one, like I said, and we are going to try and do this every weekend. We're going to pick a project, whether we're going to do a DIY piece of equipment for distilling or brewing or something, or we're going to be doing a mash, or who knows what all we might be doing. In fact, if you guys have any suggestions on the kind of projects we could do on every Saturday, that would be great. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of jump right in, but maybe we'll give everybody a few minutes. Let me see who else here.
Regina. Hi, Regina.
Regina's here. How do you do? I was also going to say that this design, I've already done it in my head, and that's it. So, we might run into a couple of snags here and there because I haven't actually built this design. So in the future, if it causes problems that I'm doing it that way in the future, I might just build one before we do the live stream, and I'll actually end up building two of them. Who is it?
Corey.
Oh, hey, Corey.
Rooster.
What's up? Rooster. So, I guess if you're new to Still in the Clear and you're not aware of our Moonshine for Beginners group over at MeWe.com, we'll put an invitation link in the chat, and you can come join us in that group. It's a great group, bunch of people over there, experienced and beginners all. So we have a good time over there. And I'm actually just kind of stalling right now, just waiting for people who might want to show up to show up. Looks like we've got 20 people hanging out with us right now. That is awesome. So if you like the concept of what we're trying to do with this live stream, jump in there and give us a thumbs up. That'll help us let YouTube know that this people are liking this idea, and maybe they'll share it more to other people. So give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. And then I'm just going to do what?
Jim Anderson says howdy.
Jim Anderson, hey, how's it going? Hello from Kansas. Awesome.
Lucas Henning.
Yeah, there's quite a few people showing up. I think that's awesome.
Where did you get that mash tun?
This barrel, I bought this barrel at locally. We have an Ace Hardware called Jaeger's, and it's kind of like a mom and pop Ace Hardware chain, and so that's where I got it. Where we are locally, there is all kinds of places where you can buy used containers, barrels, and what they call water totes and things like that. So this kind of stuff is pretty easy for me to find. I don't know if it's like that all over the country where you are, but if you look at like the mom and pop hardware stores and hardware chains, lumber yards, especially the mom and pop stuff. They've usually got these used barrels of different sizes and different kinds that you can get your hands on. And I think, if I remember right, this thing cost me like 18 bucks, 16, $18, something like that. Um, I don't remember. But anyway, I think I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about the process. So we're going to start by building our manifold, and we've got a bunch of PVC pieces for that. This is 20 gallons, and I'm gonna eventually, next weekend, I'm gonna insulate it inside of a 55-gallon drum. So it's gonna be insulated inside that 55-gallon drum, and this will hold 20 gallons. I thought I was, excuse me, I thought I was getting a 30, but this thing was sitting out on our old outdoor living room space that we used to use. And it's every time I'd walk by it, I'd think, man, that doesn't look like it's going to hold 30 gallons. And then the other day, 1 gallon at a time, I just put it up and it holds 20 gallons. So it's not 30 gallons. But
Jar Mafia, late but here.
all right, what's up, MJM? So which one of the MJM is here? There's like 7 of you. Who is this? Wayne? Who is it? Okay, so what we're going to end up doing is we're going to cut a hole down in the bottom, and we've got this 3/4 inch bulkhead. These things are great for making a penetration in a barrel. You can use them for a lot of things, but I'm going to use a 3/4 inch one. And so how it works is you cut a hole in the barrel big enough that oh, that's nice. Big enough that this will fit through, which happens to be an 1.5 inch hole. So I've got an 1.5 inch hole saw on my drill, and we're going to put that. We're going to drill that. I might need to mute my mic. I don't know if that would be too loud. I'm just going to drill this hole, and you guys let me know if the noise is awful, and then from now on I will mute my mic when I'm drilling. But I'm just going to be drilling this hole down near the bottom. I don't want to put it all the way on the bottom where the curve is at the bottom, because this has to seal on a flat surface. So I'm going to be up off of the bottom a little bit. And you don't have to measure this out. Just I'm coming about 1 inch up. Well, for the center of the hole, I'm about 2 inches up off of the bottom.
Lucas says the audio is choppy at times.
The audio is choppy. Okay. It may be my internet connection. There's not a lot I can do about that, at least right now, but I'll see if I can solve that problem between now and next week. So thanks for the heads up, though. I appreciate it. So I'm going to drill this hole.
Joe, still understands this breaking.
And that's going to leave all kinds of little hairs. And I'm going to go ahead and shave those little hairs off, so that we have we want to have that hole really clean. So I'm going to clean that up with my razor knife. I haven't noticed any chats if anyone is actually building one of these with us. Let me know if you are. Get this all cleaned up. And you can get your knife on the inside and do it on the inside too, without having to open the lid and get down in there. Okay, I'm going to try and move my mic up a little further. You guys let me know if my beard causes any problems with it. Okay. Now, one mistake people will make with these bulkheads is one side is nice and kind of flush and clean, and then the other side, once you tighten it up, it's got this deal that pokes through, and people will want to put this part on the outside of the barrel. And that might actually be the correct way to do it. I don't know. That's not the way I do it, though, and there's a good reason for why I do it that way. Because if I put I'm going to say the ugly side on the outside of the barrel where you can see it, I can also tighten everything up from the outside of the barrel, and I don't have to try and figure out a way to get my arm down in there and hold one side tight while I'm tightening up the other side. I can do it all from the outside. So we're going to go ahead and build the bulkhead, and we're going to attach it to this first. That way, when we slide it in and poke it through the hole from the inside, everything on the inside is already done, and then all we've got left is to tighten up the outside. So that's what we're going to start working on. We're going to build this bulkhead, and we're going to have this 3/4 T, and then we've got two 3/4, whether these are called street elbows, street 90s. Sometimes it's called a slip and socket. Sometimes these are called slip and sockets. We're going to put it together just like this. Now, everything we're building on this bulkhead, you don't have to glue any of it.
Question.
There's a question?
Casey says that's the 30-gallon one?
Yeah, it is not 30 gallons, it's 20 gallons. I was misled, which means I misled y'all, and I apologize for that. But not a lot I could do about it at this point. I'm just going to go ahead and build it. I'll be happy with 20 gallons also. So this bulkhead, everything that's on the inside of this bulkhead, I'm not gluing any of it up. And there's two reasons for that. One, if these joints leak, all they're doing is leaking to the valve. So it's not a big deal. It's not like, there's going to be a valve on the outside that stops anything from coming out. Plus, we're attaching these to it anyway. That's going to let all kinds of liquid through. So not a big deal. The other reason is, if once I've built this and I decide that I want to change the setup, it's no big deal. Nothing's glued together. I can reorient this in whatever way I feel like I need to reorient it. So, pardon me. There's step one. Now, we're going to attach our 6-inch bazooka filters to our 3/4 to 1/2 inch threaded plug. And I'm not putting any Teflon tape on it. I'm just hand tightening it. And I'll do that 3 times because we got 3 of them. Now, when I'm planning these live streams, I'm going to try to have a parts and material list and everything far enough in advance that if you want to try and build along with me, that way you can be asking questions and everything like that. You've got a material list ahead of time. Okay, so there it is all put together. And now I'm just going to slide it in there. And these are all pretty tight, so it's okay that we're not gluing them, like I said. And that's basically it for the manifold. Now, this is going to be on the inside of the barrel. Now we've got to attach that manifold to this 3/4 inch threaded hole. We're going to do that with this 3/4 inch PVC slip joint to male adapter. Again, no Teflon tape, just hand tight. We've got to connect these, and we're just going to do that with 3/4 inch PVC. And I've got a little section here. Now, this barrel, you can see, is barely big enough to hold this. So I'm just going to cut a short enough piece of PVC, like maybe an inch, 1.5 inches, to connect these. And I've just got my cordless circular saw here. And make sure and wear your PPE, your personal protection equipment. Do as I say, not as I do. Get your eyeglasses, your eye protection, your underwater goggle set, your shin pads, whatever you need, elbow pads, I don't know. Okay, just a little short piece like that. Now that's all connected. All right, now we're gonna open up the top. I was also told, I think was it Joe, was it you that was telling me? No, wait a minute, who was it? Mike Williams, I think. Somebody was telling me that these don't seal real good if you're trying to make a sealed fermenter, and that you have to add an additional gasket up here. So I'm going to wait and see. If it doesn't seal up, then I'll solve that problem later. All right, so we've got a hole. Ooh, I got water in there. Dadgummit. Hold on a second. Okay. And we're just going to thread this thing through the hole that we drilled. Now, everything on the outside has got to be sealed up, because nothing on the outside can leak. Like the stuff on the inside, it's not a big deal if it's leaking around those threads, but out here, it is a big deal. And so, got to clean that hole up a little more. Get that. I forgot now. Also, the nuts on these bulkheads are reverse threads. So, makes it a little, I always forget, and it makes it tricky. Why is that not threading on? There it goes. Okay. Now, you can see that this is kind of in an angle, so the bazooka tubes are kind of aimed up. I can already see I'm going to want to make an adjustment to that. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. Now, where's my other? Okay. Now here's the trick for getting everything this tight without having to put pliers on the inside. So we're going to put some Teflon tape on this, because remember, we don't want anything on the outside of the leaking.
Messenger monthly, what's the total cost of the bill?
Let's see. So far, let's see. The bazookas were $8 a piece, 24.25 cents. Almost under $65, $70. I should have paid attention to that, and I didn't. So I will from now on. I'll keep a cost of everything, but it's under $70 pretty easily. So now I've got the Teflon tape on there. Now I can tighten this up. So I can take the bulkhead nut, since it's threaded in reverse, and I can take this 3/4 slip joint male adapter, and I can tighten them against each other, which will tighten up the seal around the barrel. If I lift that up, you guys might be able to see it better. Yeah, so I'm going to tighten the bulkhead nut against the 3/4 PVC, and that will tighten up that seal. It will also also tighten this 3/4 PVC. Got things twisted a little bit in there. And if you've cleaned your hole up good, when you're putting these bulkheads in, it will it'll seal up pretty easily, just getting it just nice and firm. You don't have to really crank down on it. Now the only thing left is to put our valve on, and I'm using a gas valve, and the reason I picked up the gas valve instead of a regular plumbing valve is because they operate a whole lot smoother. And so for our application, it doesn't matter whether it's made for gas or made for water. Either one is going to be fine for us. But these valves just operate real smoothly. It's a 1/4 inch ball valve, or I'm sorry, 1/4 turn bar. Easy for me to say, 1/4 turn ball valve. So I'm going to
So
But-
it says, probably has beard hair wrapped around the mic.
probably has beard hair wrapped around the mic. Probably correct. So we've got to seal this also with some Teflon tape. I can find the end of my tape here. Where'd it go? There it is.
You can braid your hair real quick.
Windsong says we're braiding my hair next time, my beard next time. Okay. Just several little turns. And if you'll notice, it only turns in one section, just so that it's easier. I'm gonna point this side away from the barrel. And these, I'll snug these up real good to make sure we don't have any leaks on the outside of this barrel. And now it's just a matter of connecting these two pieces. And the fact that this is angling down is okay, because when I insulate this in the barrel next week, this is going to be sitting up off the bottom of my 55-gallon drum by 12 inches or so. So my barrel is about 4 inches. I'm talking about the space between my 55-gallon barrel and this 20-gallon barrel. It's going to be 4 to 5 inches. So I'm going to make this about 7 inches. I can always shorten it later if I need to.
Will this be posted?
Mm-hmm.
Because, Roy Boy's Bees is like getting on the super snap.
Yeah, this'll just be a regular YouTube video. When the live stream is done, it'll just be posted like a regular video. Now I think for the video, I'm not even going to worry about gluing this. Yeah, let's go ahead and glue it up. So some PVC glue, and we're not doing household, residential, or commercial plumbing here. You don't have to get that purple primer. This is going to hold just fine. Just the PVC glue. You don't have to worry about priming it.
Easy with the tools. The tools are extremely loud.
The tools are really loud. Okay, well, what I can do is, are you talking about when I'm banging them on the table, or when I'm actually using them, or both, I guess? So I can mute my mic when I'm using my power tools, if that makes it better. Okay, so I just wiped a little bit of glue on the pipe and then a little bit on the fitting, push it in, quarter turn as you're pushing it in, and hold it for 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and it's good.
Song in the drill. Song.
The saw and the drill,
That makes
okay.
more sense.
In fact, here's what I'm going to do. Now, if all you're building is a fermenter, you don't care if it's insulated, then everything that's out here, like how I've got this long, it doesn't have to be that long for you. You can just just go ahead and put your valve on, however you want to put a valve on, or even like if you get a valve with male threads instead of female threads, you can thread it directly into the bulkhead if you want, if you're not going to worry about insulating it. But since I'm going to insulate it, I need this arm to stick out through the next barrel, so that's why I've got this on here. And I am not going to, I'm not going to put my valve on this week. I'm going to wait until I've got this in the barrel next week so I know exactly how long I want to cut this off, and then I'll glue this on. And then also, I got this 3/4 inch MIP to, I think that's called a 5/8. What is that? It's the garden hose.
This is Tom. I am appreciating this live stream in France, Europe. Thanks.
So one side will fit a garden hose, and this is just a 3/4. And that's what I'm going to do with my valve so I can hook up a garden hose to it. So, who was that? Who said that?
Oscar.
Oh, Oscar. Yeah, how are you doing, buddy? Chatted with you this morning on YouTube, I think. Glad you're here, bub. So I'm gonna put some Teflon tape on this, get it in my valve, and for me, I'm pretty much champagne. I'm gonna call this done for this week, and then next week I'm gonna make it insulated, and so.
You don't want it insulated and you're building along, you're done.
Yeah, if you don't need it insulated, and all you need is a fermenter, this is it. You're done. And no, what you have to be careful if you're going to use it like a mash tun, and you're going to put your grain and your water in there, and then maybe you're going to use a paint mixer to stir it up. You got to make sure not stick that paint mixer too far down there. You're going to hit your bazooka filters and all that and jack everything up. And also, because these are not all glued in place, there is a fitting you can buy at the hardware store. There's a 3/4 slip joint on one side and a female garden hose on the other side, so that when you've got to clean these out, you can take out the filter, hook it up to your garden hose, and just blow all the crap off of it, and you're done. So these filters will be easy to clean.
Hey,
What's up,
what
babe?
is the audio actually doing? Is it like fading in and out, or is it staticky? They're saying that, is it just me or is the audio rough? Regina said it's the internet connection.
Audio is rough. Internet connection issue likely. Staticky. Let me try something real quick. I'm going to switch from this Bluetooth mic that I'm using and just go directly to my phone. Does that make any difference at all if I just use the microphone on my camera, on my phone?
The crackling was probably because of your beard rubbing it.
Yeah, I figured that would be a problem, my beard.
Like it's trying to
Better, much better. Okay, all right, so I guess I won't be using this mic. Thank you guys for helping me sort that out. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, better. Night and day. Okay. All right. So won't be using that anymore. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Stupid Bluetooth mic, right? So,
Thank you for helping us learn, Phil Smith.
yeah, man. I think these are going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes because this is live. This isn't, there's no way to edit this stuff. So, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we'll have a good time doing it, especially if we can get people in the chat that are actually building along with me while I'm doing it. I think that'll be a blast. And it looks like there's 40 plus people in here right now. That's awesome. So I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving us. We're having a blast doing this. So
Said put a sock over your Bluetooth mic.
put a sock over my Bluetooth mic. Okay. Are you saying that for reals, for serious? Like that'll help, or are you trying to get me to wear a sock next week on my shirt? The barrel, I got this one at Ace Hardware. We can find these used barrels in various sizes and various types pretty easily in my area. So I don't know if that's the same nationwide or around the world,
So
but
now
for
it
us, it's
sounds
pretty
far
easy.
away, but no static.
Far away, but no static. Yeah. I'm 5 feet from my camera, so that's probably it. I'll work on the sound issues. I want to make sure that the sound quality is good, so I'll be working to improve that. What else, hon?
Regina wants FAQ time.
FAQ time. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, let's do a FAQ.
Facts answer questions.
I'm totally losing it on what FAQ means. I know it, but I'm having a brain fart. So something and questions.
Love your channel. Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah, thanks, Lucas. Appreciate it. Robert says sound is okay.
How long have you been making moonshine?
Uh,
Long
time since before my hair was gray. So.
Before that beard was so long too.
Oh,
We had
frequently asked questions. FAQ, frequently. Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. I knew that. So I don't know if I've already said this, but if you guys want to check out the live stream schedule so you know in advance what projects we're going to be doing with the materials list and tools list, so that if you want to, build along with us live, the page on the website to do that is it's stillintheclear.com/livestream. And Winsong's going to put a link in the chat room for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent you a copy of the link.
Oh, that's right. You
copy and paste it and put it in the chat. And so if you want to check out what's coming up in the future, right now all I've got on there is next week, which is insulating this. But the week after that, we're going to start a keg build. I've got a 15.5 gallon keg. I'm going to convert it into a still. We're going to start that process, and I'm going to be working today and tomorrow on getting that scheduled out. Get a parts list for that.
Dead yeast in the next batch?
Reuse dead yeast in next batch. That's just a sour mash. A lot of people do that. I've done it, and yeah, there's nothing wrong with a sour mash. It's part of a sour mash. Yeah. Did you already post the link?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because I was this. Okay.
So Winsong is going to post that link, and so while she's doing that, we can't see the questions. Oh, I guess I could do this. I just got to move closer to my phone so I can read it on my phone.
Okay.
Beard reminds me of Popcorn Sutton. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Which one?
The one for the live stream.
and put it in the group?
Yeah. Okay. So also we've got a group over on MeWe.com called Moonshine for Beginners. For those of you that aren't in that group, but you're on this live stream and watching, it's a great group. Lots of people over there live streaming. I'm sorry. Trying to hold two conversations basically. I don't understand what you're doing, honey.
You told me to put it in the group.
No, I told you to put it in the chat on the live stream. Okay, so Winsong's going to put a link for the live stream schedule in the chat, I think. I think she's going to. But anyway, the Moonshine for Beginners group is, there's beginners, there's experienced people over there. So if you're experienced and you want to share your knowledge, jump on over there with us. If you're a beginner and want to get some knowledge from some experienced folks, jump on over there.
Okay,
And there we go. So the last link I want to share with you guys in the chat is the Moonshine for Beginners invitation link. Yeah.
Okay.
The Moonshine for Beginners invitation link.
Put it in the chat too?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So do you guys have any more questions? I'm probably missing some questions. Have you ever fermented in the boiler all grain propane? I've never fermented in the boiler that I'm going to distill things on. I have fermented on the grain. Y'all need to watch Popcorn Sun's documentary. My chat deal is always going away. I can't ever, it comes up and then it disappears. You can't convince me this isn't Billy Ray Sirius. Billy Ray Sirius, Cyrus. So, yeah, I always separate my grains before I distill. There are ways to distill on the grain. It kind of takes a specific kind of still, and I've just got like a regular old boiler. So I separate the grains, turn my mash into a wash, and then I distill. That's Uncle Si's lost cousin from Duck Dynasty. My chin there is great too.
That's what I keep saying. You look like you stepped off the set of Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how many questions I've been missing. I'm trying to keep up, but I'm having a hard time. We're gonna go back through, but
Lucas is jealous of the beard.
Winsong is scrolling through to make sure we didn't.
Virginia says big things are in the works. I'm super excited to watch this project and community grow.
Yeah, we've actually got a lot of big stuff planned and not ready to reveal any of it, but there's some good stuff coming, some real good stuff coming that I think you guys are gonna like.
Just found the channel last week and watching your old videos to catch up.
Yeah.
Slowing. I think that's a title. Okay, don't listen to me.
So I've got that part. You can scroll back down.
Okay. Popcorn Sutton.
Yeah, I'm not able to ferment in my boiler with propane and not scorch it. It'll happen every time to me. If you guys know some tricks to be able to do that, that'd be awesome. I'd try them.
Said he's jealous of your beard.
Thank you. Man, Oscar, appreciate you being here. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Just let it grow and keep pulling it. Are you talking about my beard? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I need to talk instead of just stand here reading y'all's stuff, but this is pretty awesome.
How do you recharge a used barrel for making bourbon?
I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. I plan on doing some bourbon this year, so uh, we'll learn that together. So, but I do know where to go to find the answers. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Never made a still out of rocks and clay, but I think Denzel is going to do that this year. He's been talking about it, so hopefully he does. Hopefully he makes us a video for it too.
This is Moonshiner J from TikTok. You're my new favorite channel, brother. Thanks.
Oh man, awesome. Yeah, I'm just starting a TikTok channel over there too, but I think I've only got one video on there right now. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, brother. I'll come find you on TikTok. What was the name, babe? Scroll back up. TikTok.
J, Moonshiner J.
Moonshiner J. I'll come find you, brother.
Is there such a thing as too fine a grind on corn?
No, not really. The finer you grind it, the more difficult it becomes, especially if you're doing a recipe that has like 2 pounds per gallon and above, then it's going to get really thick and really goopy, and it just gets more difficult. But it's not like you can't do it. You can, but a little bit of coarseness in the grain does go a long way to make it easier.
Tell us your favorite recipe for that barrel, please. William Bowen.
My favorite recipe for what?
That barrel. That's what it says.
I don't know. The
Tell
recipe
us
for
your
the barrel.
favorite recipe for that barrel, please.
I'm still working on a good all grain corn that I like, and I'm not there yet, so I'll let you know when I have a favorite.
I had to delete my channel for legal reasons at almost 100,000. It keeps jumping around. But I'm so happy to find yours. Thanks again, brother. Funk Master. Thanks.
Are all corns dry or fresh? Are stills used in just summer and not winter? So you can use them all year long. It's the fermenting that gets trickier in colder climates. I don't understand the other question. Are all corns dry or you can do it either way. I've heard of people doing it either way. So
How do you know what's head and what's tails?
you get into trickier parts about you get into trickier parts when you're talking about an all grain or a sugar wash. But how do you know what's heads and what's tails? So you begin to learn the heads and the tails and the hearts just kind of by flavor and by preference. The heads come off, well, the 4 shots come off first. You toss those because they've got some methanol in there, and then you're into the heads. And then for me on my still, the temperature will change a little as it goes from heads to hearts to tails. And I don't know if all stills do that. My last still didn't do it, or I didn't notice it anyway. But so I notice a temperature change when I'm moving from heads, hearts, and tails. But I've got a video on the channel about making your cuts, and that's probably the best way to do it if you're a beginner. So go check out that video, how to make your cuts the way you like it, or something like that. I don't know. It's like 2 or 3 videos ago from this one. Instead of using those 2 threaded fittings with the nipple, why not use a double-ended threaded male? That way, no glue. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, I could have got like just a long nipple, but I wasn't sure. The reason I did it this way is because I wasn't sure how long I'm going to want this part until I've got this in the other barrel and everything's insulated, and this is protruding through the 55-gallon barrel. So I wasn't sure what kind of length I was going to need. That's why I didn't go with just like a 6-inch or an 8-inch nipple or something like that. Good question. I just use a regular, like a, I don't know what it is. Just, we used to use it to make turkeys in a turkey. It's a turkey fryer, propane burner. So that's what I use.
What burner do you use?
Yeah. Uncle Charlie, ever use malted wheat in place of malted barley? I have not yet. Lucas, I have problems running my stainless steel in cold temperatures. It's hard sometimes to keep the head from head temp drops. You can insulate your column. You can insulate your column, and that'll help that. If I'm understanding exactly what it is you're saying. Okay. Well, I think we're probably. I think I'm ready to call this one. I'm still getting some. Will thump kegs with fruit in them actually get you the desired flavors? Most of the time, when people use thumpers for the first time, it doesn't transfer near the amount of flavor that they think it's going to. It does transfer flavor, but it's subtle. It's not like, you can't put a bunch of cherries in your thumper and then think
It's gonna taste
your
like cherries.
moonshine's going to taste like cherry moonshine, because it's not. But flavors are going to transfer, but they're subtle. Okay, I think we are going to wrap this one up, guys. This was the first live stream, the first Shine-a-Long, and I have had
Shine on, brother.
a lot of fun. You too, Lucas. Shine on, brother. I've had a blast. I'm looking forward to next weekend where we're going to insulate this, and I hope to see you guys back. And come join us over in Moonshine for Beginners at MeWe.com. Go check out the website, stillintheclear.com. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and we will see you guys next time. We'll talk to you later. I don't even know if I know how to stop this. Thanks, Funkmaster. All right, Regina, see you later. Thank you. Thanks, Richard. Joe Stillwater, thank you. Thank you, Cycle Keys. Thanks, Ken Harris. Corey, thanks. See you in the group, brother. Thank you, Pappy. All right, Clove. Everybody saying bye.
It's awesome.
4 shots and heads will strip out the flavor. Yeah. Thanks, Uncle Charlie. See y'all later.